Hi everyone, I'm Coral. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here today with the books that I've acquired during the month of April. Most of these are horror novels, but there is one fantasy, I think. I don't know, one thriller maybe? We'll get into it right now. Okay, where do I start? I'm gonna start today with the vintage novels that I picked up this month. Well, of course I'm excited about all of them, but I think I'm most excited about a couple of Del Abyss books that I found this month. They were a great price, and I don't think anyone's read these. They're just too nice looking. You know what I mean? So the first one here is Prodigal by Melanie Tem, which is just a really iconic Del Abyss cover. I think it sits up there with like Cypher by Kathy Koja. You know, it's just very eye-catching and memorable. And this is about a young woman. She has a brother who's died recently, and there's just like an emptiness inside of her. It seems like maybe there is like a ghost of her brother or something that's haunting her. I don't know. That's about it. That's all I know about it. I believe that this is featured in Paperbacks from Hell. I'm pretty sure, but like, don't quote me because I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's where I saw this for the first time. So I probably like screamed when I saw this for like $8 fucking on the internet. Holy cow. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. The next one here is Whipping Boy by John Byrne. And this is about a child who does kind of spiritual healing, but it's not like physical, it's like emotional, like your deepest, darkest secrets, like the darkness inside of you, he will take it away. But the people that he's done this to now have some sort of evil in them. It's not specified on the back of the book, but you know, I'll find out eventually. Then there is Mastery by Kelly Wilde. This says it's the 1989 Bram Stoker Award winner for Best First Novel. So that's why I picked this one up. I think that this is a vampire novel. The synopsis is kind of messy, so I can't really tell you exactly what's going on here. But I'm pretty sure that this is a vampire novel, and it has, I don't know, is that a cat on it? I thought maybe it was a possum. But it looks more like a cat, but also there's bats on it. So is it supposed to be just like is this like the cutest bat ever? I don't know. I can't tell. It looks more like a cat to me. Or maybe a fox. Anyways, it's very fun. It's a very fun cover. Also here I found In the Name of the Father by John Zodro. And this one I'm giving a little bit of a side eye to, because in the synopsis it says that there's this little boy found in a cave in China, right? And I think that's this boy. And I have to say, this looks like a man who would be found in a cave in America, if you know what I mean. Like this person does not look like they're of Chinese descent. Why can't they just, I mean, maybe it's explained in the book, but to me it sounds like when they used to pay white people to paint their skin brown and be Native Americans in movies and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So anyways, it's about a boy who's found in China. He's got this sort of talisman and he's adopted. I don't know where he goes. It just says he's adopted by the church. So then he grows up to be very, very powerful, and probably the power is stemming from this creepy talisman, which I don't know if you can see this very well. But the talisman's like a very creepy, devilish face. And I have to say, from my time in churches, I don't think they'd be super cool with a priest or a pastor or a minister wearing a creepy devil talisman. Then there is The Boogeyman by Maxine O'Callaghan. I'm gonna read the synopsis. It's short and sweet. It says, Lizzie believes in the boogeyman. She's only 5 years old, but she's seen him with his horrid, runny face and his deep, nasty voice. She knows he wants her, and her mommy too. Joanna doesn't believe in the boogeyman. She doesn't share her daughter's fears and nightmares. she should. The boogeyman is waiting for them. So, I don't know. I just really love this cover with the toys in the front, the missing shoe, and then the nice little cabin in the back. I also found a decent copy of Winter's Wake by Rick Hautala, just Winter Wake, not Winter's Wake. This is about a vengeful ghost. It's a great cover though. Ooh, and this, another revenge novel, Predators by Eric Sauter. This is like revenge, but also wolves are involved. It seems like we follow a couple different people around and they're all seeking revenge. It's got some step back art, some very interesting step back art here. So there's that. And then my last like vintage novel for this month is, oh, okay, hold on. I didn't look inside of this. I was going to see what year this was published. Another 80s novel. This is Dark Walker on Moonshae by Douglas Niles. This is book 1 of the Moonshae trilogy, which is a Forgotten Realms thing, which is like Dungeons and Dragons, like one of those novelizations. This is like a king who has to put together an army of very diverse peoples to fight the evil, sort of a thing. But in it, I didn't notice this. There's a note. It says, "Dear Andy, happy birthday. I hope you enjoy reading these. It makes me so happy that you love to read. Oh, they were fun to pick out. Love, Mom." Oh, Andy, I hope that you still like to read. Your mom seems very nice. Oh. Okay, so now on to the more modern fiction I have here. I have a couple things I picked up at Barnes & Noble this month. This first one is Parasite by Darcy Coates, who is really a kind of prolific horror author who people say that they're so good, which sometimes makes my brain like not want to read them. It's just like some weird defiant thing that my brain likes to do. But this one, I want to try it out. I'm hoping that I like it as much as others do. This is like a space parasite book, which is, it's just right up my alley. So there's no reason for me to not at least try this out. And as I say every time, probably every month, nowadays I feel like I'm there monthly probably, but if I see a horror book at Barnes & Noble that I don't own and that I'm semi-interested in, I'm going to pick it up because I just want there to continue being a horror section. It is constantly dwindling. So this is, Space Parasite. I really like the way it's described here. It says, "The parasitic alien wears its victim's skins and adopts their personalities. It mimics the way they talk, the way they look, the way they act. It's the perfect disguise. And by the time humanity realizes it's facing extinction, it's already too late." I love a story where it's already too late. This Barnes & Noble trip, I also found Pearl by Josh Malerman. I recently read Inspection. I have very complicated feelings about it. If you've watched my trope video, that's included in that, my most recent one about like horror in school settings. And so this Pearl, I didn't know, used to be on this The Day of the Pig, which I didn't order when it came out, and it had like a really cool special edition, like limited release kind of a thing, and I didn't get it then. So I'm glad that I didn't, because I would have picked this up and had 2 copies of the same book, but it's been renamed Pearl, and I think this is about like a pig who makes people do evil things, which is just, it's like creepy Charlotte's Web. It sounds like so much fun. My daughter really loves Charlotte's Web right now, so maybe I'll read this to her. Just kidding. Okay. I also won a Goodreads giveaway this month and was sent Primal Animals by Julia Lynn Rubin. This book comes out in May, so I'm gonna have to read it very early in the month to get like a nice review out before it's published. And this is about a girl named Arlie who is at a summer camp she doesn't really want to be at, but It's like a college prep camp, so her mom thinks it's very important and she's kind of forced to go, and she feels like the other people are treating her kind of strangely, like they're avoiding her, and she's a little bit paranoid about it. But then she gets asked to join like this secret society within the summer camp, and bad things start to happen. It says like Wilder Girls meets Female of the Species. So I really liked Wilder Girls. I know that's like a survival horror type of thing, but I've never read Female of the Species, so I don't really understand that comparison, I guess. But I think that this might have some maybe like Yellow Jacket vibes, maybe some like Lord of the Fly vibes. Not sure yet, but I'll get back to you when I read it next month. Okay, and I was so excited to see this on bookshop.org. This is You've Lost a Lot of Blood by Eric LaRocca. This was like a surprise thing. He's just like, hey, guess what? Here's this. I don't know what this is about. I have no fucking idea. The back says, each precious thing I show you in this book is a holy relic from the night we both perished. The night when I combed you from my hair and watered the moon with your blood. So I have no idea what's in this, but I have just really enjoyed Eric LaRocca's writing. It looks like this is a novel. And it looks like this has some interesting formats, like maybe some transcripts and some things that are written almost like in a poem format. Is that called prose? I don't know. Kind of like that. So I'm really interested to get to this. I don't know if I'm going to get to it next month, but maybe the month after. Then I also ordered All the White Spaces by Allie Wilkes, which is a book I'm very excited about, but I'm going to save it for the colder weather months because this is about a 1920 Arctic expedition, and I think it gets survival horror-y. It seems like it has an interesting cast of characters, and I can't wait. This is one that for months and months and months I've been anticipating its release. I'd like to know about All the White Spaces. And then we had a couple things from thrift books this month. I found Closing Costs by Bracken McLeod, which is a book I was really excited about when it was first announced. I think this came out in 2020? No, 2021. And this is a home invasion novel. It's like these, this couple recently bought their like dream home and they're so excited, but then a home invasion happens and the wife is taken hostage, and it seems like the couple might have some secrets in their past that get brought to light and things like that. Okay, 2 more books here. Then I have Empire of Wild by Cherie Dimaline. And this is about a First Nations woman who, her husband has been missing for a year and there's just no sign of him. And one day she walks into this like religious tent. I think it's somewhere like a parking lot it's set up, you know what I mean? And she walks in because she's just been having a rough go of it lately. And who should she see as the preacher but her missing husband? And she approaches him and he says, I'm not your husband. My name's Eugene Wolfe. And I think things get weird from there. This is a book I hear a lot about on a podcast I really like, Reading Glasses. One of the hosts really enjoys werewolf novels, and I think that's where this goes. Last here is a 2020 novel that I was very excited about when it first came out, and you know, I don't always order everything that I want to because I just can't, frankly. And I kept seeing this copy of it at my Barnes & Noble, but the dust jacket was kind of beat up and there was never like another copy anywhere, so I was like, shoot. And then, you know. So finally I found it on Thrift Books and I was like, yes, thank you. And I snatched it up, and this is We Hear Voices by Evie Green. And this is about a mother who has a very young son who is sick, and when he comes out of his illness, he has this imaginary friend, and it seems like the imaginary friend starts to change this little boy's behavior, and it becomes very spooky, and I love stuff like that. I really love a mother-child strained relationship in a book. And things like that. That's no reflection on, I hope that's no reflection on my relationship with my daughter. Anyway, she doesn't have an imaginary friend who's trying to kill us, which is good. So that's what I have for you today in this video. I'd love to hear if you've read any of these and what you thought about them. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you later. Goodbye.